November 17, 2020. I remember the date because it was the day my own son put his hands on me, over a bowl of unsalted chicken noodle soup. Hey family, it's me, Marisol. If you're new here, welcome. No jokes, no bloopers, just the truth. I've sat on this story for 5 years. I was scared, ashamed, thought maybe if I never said it out loud, it would stop being real. But last week, my therapist said something that cracked me open. Your silence protects him. Your voice protects every mom watching who thinks she's alone. So, here we are. This is the full story. Every bruise, every tear, every comeback. 2,500 words, 18 minutes. If you need to pause, do it. If you need to cry, grab tissues. But if you're a parent who's ever been disrespected, dismissed, or worse, stay. Because what I did after that night didn't just save my son, it saved me. Let's start at the stove. I was 42, single mom, 2 jobs, morning shift at the diner, night shift at the call center. My son, Alex, was 16. Tall, angry, beautiful. His dad left when he was 4, said he couldn't do the family thing. I became both parents. I became the villain when the Wi-Fi lagged. I became the hero when I scraped together $180 for new Jordans. That Tuesday, I promised him chicken noodle soup. Not from a can, but from scratch. I'd been up since 5 a.m. My feet ached, my bank account had $23 until payday, but soup was love. Soup was us. I chopped onions until my eyes burned, shredded a rotisserie chicken I'd bought on Manager's Special, added carrots, celery, those little star pastas he begged for as a kid. I tasted it. Bland. I reached for the salt, and the shaker was empty. I laughed. No big deal. He'll add his own. I was wrong. Cut to Alex slamming the front door. Basketball jersey soaked in sweat. He drops his bag, sits, slurps. His face twists. Mom, what is this? Chicken noodle, baby. Just add salt. Add salt? You can't even make soup right? I'm out here busting my ass and you serve me this? I should have seen the storm coming. His dad used to scream the same way. Over burnt toast, over nothing. But Alex was my baby. I thought love was a shield. He stood up, towered over me. I was 5'3" in socks. He was 6'1". The bowl flew. Broth splattered the wall like abstract art. Then his hand shoved my shoulder. Hard. I stumbled into the fridge. Magnets rained down. I said his name. Alex. He swung. Not a slap. A closed fist. It caught my upper arm. Pain exploded. I gasped. He swung again. This time, my cheek. I tasted blood. I didn't scream. I didn't fight back. I just folded. Like a lawn chair. Curled on the linoleum. Arms over my head. Whispering, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. For unsalted soup. I didn't call the police. I didn't tell my sister. I didn't even take a photo of the bruises. Because what would I say? My son beat me up because I forgot salt? It sounded insane. I wore long sleeves for 2 weeks. Told work I fell down the stairs. Alex acted like nothing happened. Ate cereal for dinner. Played 2K till 3 a.m. But every night I replayed it. Where did I go wrong? Was it the divorce? The nights I worked late? The times I said not now when he needed to talk? I blamed myself. And that blame was heavier than any punch. Day 10 post-soup, I found his search history. How to apologize to your mom after hitting her. My heart cracked. He knew. But he was too proud. Too scared. I wanted to fix it. Hug him. Say, we'll get through this. But every time I reached for him, my arm throbbed with muscle memory. Fear won. Then came the breaking point. I couldn't sleep. The house smelled of old broth and regret. I opened my laptop and typed what to do when your child hits you. Forums, articles, a therapist's blog. Boundaries aren't punishment. They're oxygen. I wrote Alex a letter. Not an email, a real letter, the kind we used to leave in his lunchbox. Alex, last night wasn't about soup. It was about pain we've both been carrying. I forgive you, but forgiveness isn't forgetting. It's choosing better. I'm leaving for 3 days, not because I don't love you, because I love myself too. There's ramen in the pantry. Add your own salt. Love, Mom. I left it on the fridge, next to his basketball schedule, packed a duffel bag, drove to my sister Rose's house in the next town, turned off my phone. For 72 hours, I didn't exist as Mom. I was just Marisol. I got a massage, ate pancakes at 2 p.m., screamed at the ocean until my throat was raw. On day 2, Rosa asked, "What do you want him to learn?" I said that I'm a person, not a doormat with a wooden spoon. The kitchen was a war zone. Pizza boxes, soda cans, the ramen? Untouched. But on the table, my letter, covered in tears and pencil marks. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Please come home. Written 47 times. Alex was sleeping on the couch, still in his jersey. His phone was dead beside him. I covered him with a blanket, sat on the floor, and for the first time in years, I cried with him, not at him. Morning came. He woke up, saw me, and shattered. "Mom, I thought you left for good." I said, "I left to come back stronger." We didn't hug yet, too much static, but we talked, really talked, about his dad, about the bullies who called him poor, about how he thought hitting me would make him feel big. I told him about my dad, how he used to hit me over spilled milk, how I swore I'd never let that cycle continue. He whispered, "I became him." I said, "Not yet, but we're stopping it now." Step 1, therapy. Not just for him, but for us. Family counseling every Thursday. $75 a session I couldn't afford, but I sold my grandma's old ring to pay for it. Worth it. Step 2, consequences with love. Alex lost his phone for a month. Got a job at the diner where I waitressed, washing dishes. His first shift, the cook yelled, "Kid, taste the stock." Alex added salt, then cried in the walk-in freezer. Step 3, rebuilding. I enrolled in culinary school, night classes, turned my failure soup into a future. Alex started coming to my knife skills class, not as my son, but as my sous chef. We made a pact. Every Sunday we cooked together. No phones, no yelling, just soup. And every time, he adds the salt. Then he tastes it. Nods. Says, "Perfect, Mom." It's our ritual, our apology, our healing. Therapy isn't a fairy tale. 6 months in, Alex relapsed, came home drunk from a party, threw a plate. I froze, flashback to the soup night. But this time, I didn't curl up. I said, "Living room, now." We sat on the floor. I played the voicemail he'd left me the night I left, his voice breaking, begging me to come home. He sobbed, "I'm so scared I'll hurt you again." I said, "Then let's be scared together." But we don't stop trying. We called our therapist at 1 a.m. She answered, "That's the kind of miracle you pay for." 2 years later, I graduated culinary school. Top of my class, opened a food truck, salty and sweet. Alex runs the register. He started a club at school, Sons of Single Moms. Teaches younger boys how to cook, how to talk, how to not hit. Last week, a mom DM'd me, "Your story saved my son. He heard Alex speak. They're in therapy now." I cried in the walk-in freezer. Deja vu. But this time, happy tears. If you're watching this and you're scared of your kid, of yourself, of the silence, hear me. 1. You are not alone. 1 in 7 parents experience physical aggression from a teen. 2, it's not your fault, but it is your responsibility to stop the cycle. 3, forgiveness without boundaries is just permission. Alex and I still fight. Last week he forgot to take out the trash. I yelled, he slammed a door, but then we laughed because we know how to come back. If you're in danger, call 911. If you're hurting, call a hotline. If you're healing, call a friend. And if you're a kid watching this, angry, lost, ashamed, it's okay to ask for help. Your mom isn't your enemy. She's your first home. Comment below. What's your soup story? The fight that changed everything. Best comment gets a free salty and sweet hoodie. Subscribe. Share this with one mom who needs it. Turn on notifications. Thank you for letting me be messy, real, and still here. Stay salty, fam. I love you.